Thanks for being with us. This is Dave Webb at XANGO, joined by Kelly Allred at XANGO. Hi, Kelly.
Hello, how are you?
I'm terrific. How are you?
Great, thank you.
We are excited to be here. We are here on special invitation from our very own Ryan Anderson, who is unable to be with us tonight. And since I have just begun the recording, the official recording of the call will include the reason that Ryan and his wife have gone to attend the Barry Manilow concert tonight. So that is not a judgment statement by me. I am actually a little bit jealous because Barry got me through some 70s. Kelly, you weren't born yet, but there was some music in the 70s that was awesome. Kelly, you should look it up. It's fantastic. So Ryan is forgiven. Others who are traveling are also forgiven, but we still have some fantastic information we're excited to share with you. So let's jump right in. One of the great statements, Ryan has set up this great opportunity with us, and we're talking about some of the great things that are coming out that XANGO is launching in the very near future. You've heard his excitement and his passion in leading these things, and we're excited to carry through with them. And one of the great statements Ryan found is this great line from a person called Satya. And I apologize if I don't know the correct pronunciation, but there's a great line: a little progress every day adds up to big results. We've even written the word big in big letters, so you can tell for sure we're not kidding around. A little progress every day adds up to big results. This is true in anything. This is true in sales. This is true in exercise. This is true in meal plans. This is true in education, in personal development. If you take small steps each day, you can have some great results in the end. So we're taking a few more small steps today. We're talking about XANGO social media, as you can use it on the XANGO My XANGO Builder site. And we've got a couple things to talk about and share with you right now. I'm going to spin the phone around, Kelly, if you're okay with that, so I can monopolize the conversation just a little bit more. But we're talking about some great things today. This is what you've been looking at. You are used to the My XANGO Builder site showing the dashboard, things you do per day, your objectives, the quick links, announcements, things that are coming up. So we're talking right now, follow, if you can, my magical yellow mouse that just magically appears on Social Tools. When you click on Social Tools, the first two options are Manual Post and Social Media History. So we're going to choose Manual Post because we're talking about how to get your social media active using the My XANGO Builder site. So by clicking on Manual Post, there's the magic yellow mouse arrow again. Again, this is not my actual mouse. This is for the sake of demonstration only. But clicking on the Manual Post brings up a few options. So now you've seen the scene change, and now within that title of Social Tools, I have things like posts that I can make. So what appear right now, I'm looking at a gentleman who obviously has way too much hair, but he's got a nice suit and glasses. He's got some statistic about 15.6 million people, etc. There's a 74%. There's Winston Churchill. There's Napoleon Hill. All these things that are just instantly available from what we call the base site. So the Manual Post has all kinds of categories listed, but I want you to click on the, well, I will want you to when you have access to. Nobody has access but Kelly and Ryan and I, and we're excited, we're sharing. We're selfish right now, but we're sharing it with you tomorrow. But if you click on that categories banner right there, it will bring up all of these categories. So looking at those, you've got things like generic opportunity, motivational quotes, success stories, famous failures, the crazy ones. XANGO is at the bottom right now because we've got this page listed alphabetically. I think we can do some campaigning to have that appear a little sooner in the order, just so that people have that as one of the quick defaults to send some great XANGO social media posts. But when you click on the XANGO option within, again, the Manual Posts, here's what it brings up. And again, this is really only capturing the first couple of lines that are available. You can scroll down. There are dozens and dozens of these. In fact, overall we have hundreds of different social media posts that you can choose, and you can flood your own personal social media offerings with that. But the first 6 that just happen to show up here are these ones talking about juice, talking about dreams, that shows the beautiful girl with the XANGO meal pack, XANGO juice quotes, things like that. But we're doing this just for the sake of demonstration. So if you will look now at the lower left, it's kind of in the middle left now, that little yellow arrow shows up, and it's pointing to what looks like a science project. Now, to me, that's the diagram of an atom, and I don't know what the atom is because it's one small thing and then two legs off of it with two more small things. But that just represents a link. You want to link this, you want to post this, you want to forward this, and make this something active. So by clicking on that link, watch what your screen will do. Listen to my pretend click. Click. Now, the background faded out, but I have one new option that just kind of showed up in front of me. You can see in the customized text, I've chosen Facebook. It shows Facebook, Twitter, and Pinterest as the three options across the top. I happen to have just chosen Facebook. Then I can customize the text, and I can write my own message in that will accompany the post that I'm going to make. So I happen to say, love my daily juice habit. And it's actually multiple times per day for most of us. But once you put that in there, you get to choose when that post is going to show up on your Facebook account. So right now it's already populated with that window that says April 2015, and we've chosen the time there on April 20th, which is today, and at 7:30 p.m. that post is going to go live on the account that we're using. So again, I've customized the text. I could also choose Twitter and Pinterest, and it would do simultaneous postings of these whenever I determine that they need to come out. And then once I select done, and you can see that happens when I hit the magical yellow arrow. When that shows up, I click done, and that post goes, and I'm back at this home screen. But what if I don't know exactly what happened with that post? What really happened? I thought I scheduled it, but I didn't get a confirmation. How do I find out for sure if that post is going? Well, take a look at this at the kind of upper left, right above where it says Manual Posts and right below where it says Social Tools, there's a little tab called My Posts. So by clicking on My Posts, here's where it shows what activity has just taken place. So the first section is called Queued Manual Posts, which means things that are in the queue, things that are in line, things that are scheduled to take place according to my schedule and my calendar and my day planner, my online tools, whatever I want to set it with. This will use it so that it's being coordinated through my account, and this tells me that yes, on the 22nd of April at 7 p.m., this thing is going to be sent out. Down below you can see what we call a social media campaign history. So I can look back and say, oh, I got a lot of great results when I did this post at 11 p.m., but I didn't get a lot of interest when I posted something at 4:30 a.m. Maybe people aren't yet onto their social media at 4:30 in the morning, so I can take a minute and maybe look at some of the history and patterns and traffic and learn about things there. So this again is that second tab that shows the activity for your area, what you're trying to accomplish, what you're trying to get done. So if we will, I want to go through this one more time. Kelly, are you okay if we do just one more review for each bit?
One more time.
I don't want people to get lost here, but we're kind of on a good roll, and I want this to feel comfortable for everybody so that when they go tomorrow, they're comfortable knowing what they want to and can do to get their posts ready. So taking a quick look now, again, you open your dashboard, you select Social Tools, kind of the fourth tab there at the top left center of that screen. And again, this is the actual screen as you will see it when you log in tomorrow. And you've had some phenomenal training from Mr. Anderson in the last the last 6 days, if I'm not mistaken. We took a day of rest, but everything else has been go, go, go with Ryan. And that training has been phenomenal, and here we are talking really briefly about social tools. So clicking the fourth tab in brings up the option for manual posts. So clicking on manual post then brings up all the options. And again, there are hundreds you could choose from. Our intent with the categories section is to make it available so that you don't just have to scroll through hundreds and hundreds and even into the thousands of different things to choose. You could have some fun there, but let's not get lost. Let's not lose our daylight and our precious contacting time looking at all the pretty images and the inspirational quotes. They're phenomenal, but once you click on categories, you have all these options available, and you're going to say, I know specifically that I want a success story. So you click on that category, and it brings up just the posts that relate to success stories. Or if you love something that someone has, you love to celebrate the failures that have been overcome, talk about famous failures. I mean, there's the great story about Thomas Edison inventing the light bulb. When someone said, so how does it feel? I'm going to make this up because I don't know the actual number. But let's say he tried 1,000 times to make a light bulb and failed. Someone said, how does it feel to have failed 999 times making a light bulb? And he said, I didn't fail 999 times. I found 999 ways for a light bulb not to work. And so you could call those failures, but Mr. Edison ended up with a very successful career. But again, here, these are options. We choose whatever you're feeling like at that moment. We want you to jump into it and select it. So there's the XANGO option at the bottom. Clicking on the XANGO option for the categories brings up some XANGO-specific items. And again, dozens of campaign posts available here, but our screen just happened to capture those first initial 6. And for the purposes of this illustration, we're choosing that upper left-hand one. And by choosing the link icon at the bottom of that image, we click on it, and it brings up a Choose a Network option. Now, I've already let it populate with that calendar to show when I want my post to show up. But when you first see it, you're seeing it without, and I'm going to interrupt my own screen, you're going to see it without this calendar bit right here. And so that calendar will show up once you've decided to post what time it's going to be that it shows up in your feed. Selecting that makes it available. You click Done. It comes back out to here. You want to confirm where it went, so you click on the second tab in, My Posts, and it gives you this information here. And this information goes back, I don't know the exact history, but it occurs to me it's going to go back in your history as long as you have been a part of my XANGO Builder. So as you go through this process and this screen, you'll see the great things that help you know what is managing your business, what messages have had impact. You might want to just make a little note and say, you know what, this was great when I did it in February, but it's time for me to do it again. I can do that same message again. There's a lot of great power, but don't lose sight of those hundreds and hundreds of great images that are out there talking about all kinds of motivation, product-specific, event-specific, people with success, people who have had failure and overcome it, certainly the XANGO angle, all the motivation that can be inspired. So we're super excited about what that's going to mean for your XANGO business, specifically tied to social media. So here are the details. Here's how it's launching tomorrow. The My XANGO Builder goes live tomorrow, the 21st of April at 12 noon Mountain Time. I hope people are frantically booking themselves right now. I'm taking lunch. I've got to go on my lunch tomorrow, and I'm going to get on my XANGO Builder, and I'm going to start building up my business. We chose that lunchtime specifically so that those of you who are working at regular jobs don't have to feel like you're taking time away from your employer to jump on your XANGO business. Come on at lunchtime. Come on in the afternoon. Come on in the evening. We'll be happy to help you out there. But you go to your XANGO office, your back office, and you're going to choose, and these are links that are available on the left-hand side where we do some promotional information. I think right now it talks about Simply Rush. I think it talks about, what's the other one that's on? Is there a product promo that's running right now?
There's other banners.
All things float in and out, and we have ways of sharing new information there. After 12 noon tomorrow, one of those banners, one of those banner ads, will have a link for you to choose how to start your My XANGO Builder Association. Now, I've listed out the 3 pricing options that are available, and we've listed them from the most cost-efficient to the least cost-efficient, but any one of these options is going to give you a great experience. Now, these don't include 30 free days. So whatever of these you choose, and again, obviously the annual option will give you 12 months at $120, which is just $10 per month, where if you go to a monthly, month-by-month option, you'll be paying $15, which is obviously a 50% increase on what it would be if you purchased one whole year at a time. But again, none of these talks about the 30 free days. So as of tomorrow, you have 30 days to dive in, try it. Our recommendation, jump in at the annual price, save yourself 50% automatically, get it for one full year, and we're going to be updating this content regularly. My opinion is just the social media aspect has got to be worth $7 to $10 a month. All of those great quotes and tools and all of the customization that has happened so that it looks like XANGO and it feels like XANGO. That's worth $7 or $8 a month just to have that at my disposal. And that's in addition to everything else Ryan's been talking about for the past week, everything you're looking forward to, all of the beautiful promise that is out there you can see is being delivered. So again, choose your option, and then you're starting. You're on board. You're ready to go, and then you've got 30 days to find out how you want that to work for you. You can put it through its paces. This is not a limited release. Everything that's available comes out tomorrow starting at 12 noon Mountain Time. And for that $120 for a year, for just $10 a month, you've got a business building tool that is going to build your business. We have a special webinar scheduled for tomorrow night. Now this is, again, tomorrow being Tuesday, 7 p.m. Mountain Time. Mr. Ryan Anderson himself will be leading a webinar training on the whole experience of the XANGO Builder. So we're talking about tomorrow. You start maybe at noon. You take a few minutes from your lunch break, get yourself signed up. You get on board. You start skimming through it. Maybe you start your first couple of posts, and you schedule your first couple of posts. So exciting. And Kelly, help me understand and help the call understand what's available for building out in the future. It's not that you have to go on every single time and add the things you want to post to. There's some automation to this also, right?
There's absolutely automation to it, quite a bit of automation. Again, how Ryan taught it, managing your contacts, knowing when to, the drip campaigns, knowing how to send different things out at different times. There's so much available that you don't have to do right then. Tomorrow's training, he will have you, kind of set things up, go over everything, sort of recap what he did, and we will all be there to help you set things up. So it's going to be great.
Beautiful.
Add your contacts. Start kind of messing around with it, teasing around. You can't mess it up.
Yeah. Play with this. This becomes your best buddy. This is something that's going to help you even while you're sleeping. That's one of my favorite parts. The world doesn't sleep while we're sleeping. Other people elsewhere are doing things, so we should probably maximize the technology. I almost said exploit, but that has such a bad connotation to it. Let's maximize and optimize the technology to our benefit so that our business can grow while we are trying to sleep.
We can change languages.
Totally.
Oh,
yeah, love it.
Middle of the night our time.
Oh, yeah. The automation features are really out of this world. It's going to be phenomenal. Now, we're receiving a few questions so far, and I don't want to ignore the questions by not jumping onto them to take the time right now. The questions, and I'll tell you really quickly, I just don't have the answers at the moment, but Ryan will track this down and we'll be able to let you know tomorrow. Things about the location of this recording. Kelly, do you know where that is? Do you know how people can access this recording?
Yes, if you go on XANGO.com, there is the power of 3. You'll be able to, there's one of those banners on there, and you can get the recordings off of there.
Awesome. And that is something that this call needs to have so they can tell people, if you missed the call Monday night, Dave and Kelly were talking and they spent their 25, 30 minutes, but if you missed the call, you can go to XANGO.com. It's available for listening there. It'll be, again, just the voiceover with this presentation, but all the information that is necessary is there. Another question, is the app going to track the number of clicks? Not the app itself is my impression. My impression is you would still need to check with Facebook to see how many likes or how many shares, or if you go to tweet something, you need to go to Twitter to find out how many it's been retweeted or favorited or things like that. So again, those more detailed bits of information will be available through Mr. Anderson tomorrow in the Tuesday night training webinar. But that is a little more specific to the social media tool, so I probably overstepped my bounds by committing Mr. Anderson to that, but I will beg for his forgiveness tomorrow, and I will also plead for leniency from among all of you on the call, but we're just really trying to get our feet under us for this phenomenal launch. Again, if it does not track through the app, you're okay because you're really just one tab away from going to Facebook to find out how much activity it's received, going to Twitter to find out how much retweeting or favoriting it's received.
There is tracking that is done. If you do send somebody or a certain group some information, it'll actually track to see if they've opened it or how many people have opened it and the rate of success. So, yes.
Good. If it's targeted. If you've identified a specific target, it will track that for you. Thank you. Good clarification. So again, you've got that information right there on screen. Tomorrow at noon it goes live. You log into your XANGO back office and choose your plan, whether you want the annual plan, the semi-annual payment, or the monthly payment. Click on the link that will give you the actual replicated site. That becomes your site. And then you can begin that customization right away, start sharing that link with people you know, start making that your identity, start building your business cards, start building other contact information there. And then tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Mountain Time, Mr. Ryan Anderson, Vice President of XANGO activity in U.S. and Canada, will jump on a training webinar, likely at this same location. Is that a fair? It'll be basically clickable from XANGO.com. That's going to be the eternal truth there. So we want to remind everybody, get excited for September 9th through 12th. Kelly, are you excited?
I'm really excited.
XANGO Rush is coming down upon us. We are inside 120 days, and we're all just busting at the seams for this to happen. Here's how Ryan and I were talking about this today. The beauty of where we are with XANGO as a company and with XANGO as launching the XANGO Rush convention last summer, I think it was August 20th or 21st, the momentum that we've been able to build to this point. We've already sold out of our first allotted space at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas. We have people coming in from all over the world for this life-changing event. Robert Kiyosaki, keynote speaker. Eric Alexander, keynote speaker. XANGO founders, XANGO leaders. People making the business happen. This is all a XANGO event, and then you multiply it by Vegas, and then you multiply it by your own personality. That's what we're looking forward to. But as Ryan and I were discussing the excitement for XANGO Rush, we have a different aspect on it right now, because in the past we have let the event be its own excitement generator for the 30, 60, 90 days before the event. We didn't even release the theme of those events until we were maybe 3 months away from the event. In this case, we've released the theme a year early. We've got people geared up and earning their way into the event, earning hotel accommodations, earning some of the trips and the sideline activities with it, with Simply Rush and with the Black or White promotion and the MB30 Light party, and my mind is blanking out of Rock of Ageless, so many, just all these great things we get to do. And now here we are launching this product and this AMP app, and as we're rolling into a couple of other things that are going to be really fun in the next little bit, my XANGO Builder is tomorrow. We've got another app coming out in a few short weeks. All of these things are building not so that XANGO Rush is a surprise and then we go to work. It's so that we go to work and we hit XANGO Rush en fuego, everybody, so that we get in there with all the momentum. I am imagining, and Ryan and I were saying this, if you're at convention and you look left, if you're not doing one of these things that we're already talking about, we don't want that to be the first time you hear about it. We want people to look left. Are you doing this? Oh, yeah, I've been doing that since March. Have you been doing this? Oh, yeah, I heard about that in April. I've been doing this since the middle of April. That's the kind of momentum we're generating rolling into the XANGO Rush convention, where in conventions past, they have been phenomenal. And the energy that our leaders and our distributors and customers bring, I would not trade for anything in the world. But now you guys have ammunition. We all have ammunition with the tools and the practices and the habits and the expectations, both for ourselves and for our partners, whether you guys partnering with corporate or corporate partnering with the field. We all have these expectations that this is what we're doing. We're unified. We're going forward. The power of three is generating so much activity. All of this that we're doing now and releasing tomorrow, all of that is the momentum that is building us into a XANGO Rush convention that is going to knock people's socks off. And I wish there were another way to say it. We should sell socks at the store because they're going to be knocked off. They've got to have new socks because we're going to blow their socks off.
Well, and Ryan's dropped a few hints about product launch or product launches there as well, and we are here to supply the tools.
Get ready. Get ready. We're so excited for that. Here's a great quote that Ryan wanted us to share. At first, dreams seem impossible, then improbable, but then they become inevitable. That's from Christopher Reeve. We all know he suffered a tragic accident after a great Hollywood career, including a career as Superman. What an irony that Superman would be thrown from a horse and then be paralyzed, but he still inspired more people after his accident than he ever did with his acting. But that's a great line. Where are your dreams right now? If your dreams feel impossible, get to where they feel improbable, because that's just a step along the path. And ultimately, your dreams can feel inevitable. That's what we're here for. We're here to help your dreams become inevitable. Ours are inevitable. The steps we're taking, you cannot avoid the success that we are marching toward because that success is inevitable. Joe Morton talks about visualizing and what is the end in mind. How is it going to happen? Well, we've already seen it happen. We're watching it happen. We did not, I'll be honest with you, I didn't see the MGM Grand selling out as quickly as it did, but I certainly saw it selling out, and boom, within 6 months it sold out. So now, as we're marching toward that, Kelly, where are your dreams? Are they inevitable?
Inevitable.
We cannot escape the reality of these beautiful dreams. So thank you, everybody, for who you are and what you're doing. It's your time, it's our time, and the time is now. We are so excited to have you with us. Thank you for your energy and your participation. Thanks for everything you're doing for yourselves and your communities and your homes. And then thank you for what you're doing for XANGO. We love partnering with you. We love this association, and we're eager to have 2015 be another banner and a hallmark year in this great company's history. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Kelly. Have a great night. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Mr. Anderson's training webinar. Well, we have the go-to, or the 3-2 call. That is the Get Growing call, 4 o'clock Mountain Time, and then we're leading toward the training webinar at 7 o'clock Mountain Time. So everybody, thank you for being with us. Have a phenomenal evening and a great week, and we'll talk to you soon.